Jason Lloyd, Academic Journal. LeBron, Ty said a few minutes ago he thinks this is the best you three have played together since you came together. I guess, first of all, do you agree with that? And if so, why do you think now suddenly you guys are figuring things out?
Well, I agree with whatever Coach Lou says. So whatever Coach Lou say, I agree with. I think just right now we're in a great flow as far as us three. We understand what we all want. We understand what we want individually and what will help the team. Guys are picking their spots. First of all, we're going to Kev a lot in the post. We want Kev to continue to be aggressive, put pressure on the defense. And then we want Kyrie as well to be aggressive on pick and rolls. And when he's able to get his shot, we want him to take it. For myself, I play off these guys. And tonight, obviously, was a prime example of it. With myself not shooting the ball particularly well from the field, I just focus on what else I can do to help our team be successful while those guys carried the load offensively. And it was a good game plan for us tonight.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. Kyrie, I had the same basic question for you. It just, from the outside, we haven't seen the three of you be this comfortable with each other, and now it just seems like something's clicking. What have you seen change with this dynamic over the last couple of games?
Well, I just think our preparation, going into our second postseason is just a lot better. We know what to expect from one another. We're not necessarily worried about the BS that's concerning everything that's going outside of our locker room. We know what to expect. We execute the game plan, and we're executing at a really high level on both ends of the floor. Now we may have some mishaps, but we come to each other and we look each other in the eye and we communicate and we move on to the next play. That's just what it's about, is being professionals and being the three leaders on the team. We just have to continue to play at a high level that we're playing at.
David Grenman, ESPN, for you, Kyrie. You guys treated that game in Chicago late in the season kind of like a dress rehearsal for the playoffs, and you seem to take to heart your part in the loss, and you responded with a strong game against Atlanta to clinch the #1 seed, and then these 3 games in the playoffs so far. Was that a linchpin at all? Did that experience in Chicago help get you to where you are right now?
I guess you can say that. This guy to my right, he was the first person I texted after that game, and I was really pissed off and really disappointed in myself in the way I played in that Chicago game, and especially the environment that we were in, and how much it meant for us to get that #1 seed kind of wrapped up before we went back home to play Atlanta. And he basically said it's all right. It's good that you're acknowledging it. And then I went back home and I thought about it for a little bit and realized what's at stake and what we're preparing for, and I just got to leave it for where it is, and that's on the court in Chicago. I didn't play particularly well in the fourth quarter. I still remember it. Obviously, it's still fresh in my memory, but that game was really just as you can say, a launching point for me, is just moving on to the next page and knowing what's ahead for us and knowing how much preparation we need to have going into the postseason. So that game really stuck in my head, and it really meant something, and to have the confidence of the guys next to me and continuing to expect greatness out of me, and every single game they want me to play at a high level, so I just wanted to give them that.
HaydenGroveScout.com. Kyrie, on that last play with 0.7 seconds left, that three-pointer, can you take us through the play and how the shot went down?
It was a great play drawn by T. Lou. Great just in the time and in the moment. I believe we had, a minute to draw up the play, and 0.7, I think that when you have the talent we have on this basketball team, we don't necessarily panic in those type of situations. The execution is all that matters, and when we go out and we set the hardest screens in that moment is the only thing that matters, and whoever gets the shot, we want them to shoot them confidently, and we all believe in it. So luckily I got the shot off, and I'm winning.
Chris Haynes, Cleveland.com. Kevin, you there, Kev? I got you. They started doubling you. They were doubling you most of the game. That didn't happen, throughout the series. Was that unexpected? And what were you trying to look out? What were you trying to do outside of that double? And the question for LeBron on that hit to Andre Drummond, could y'all guys discuss that?
Well, for me, I had to continue to be aggressive. These two guys over here have been constant on me about that. So, them coming to the double team, my thing was, face up, kind of see what they were going to give me and make a play. I mean, a lot of the time I was looking weak side. When I was able to get to the middle, split the double team, kick out to Braun, kick out to Deli, and we would get the swing action. We've been great on that the last 2 months of basketball since the break. So just want to continue to, keep being aggressive, keep fighting, and, be efficient.
Tony Zorla, Cleveland 19. Kyrie and LeBron, if you could answer. This team's ability to hit these big shots after they inch closer, pull within one or two, then JR did it, you did it, Kyrie, a couple of times. Can you talk about that?
It's been almost happening all season. Guys just being in specific spots and just being ready to knock down shots. Now, whether it goes in or not, the confidence is still there. But it's just all credit to our coaches and the guys, setting great screens, whether they're getting the shot or not. It's just about execution.
Kevin, David Zabek, Fear the Sword. A lot gets talked about the way you fit with Kyrie, the way you fit with LeBron. But the numbers the Cavs have had when you share the court with Tristan have been good for the last 2 years. Can you just talk about your fit with Tristan and how the two of you played tonight and how you enjoy playing with him?
Well, this is I don't know if tough is the right word, but a challenging series for Tristan because, Drummond is the load down there, and he's been our X factor. He continues to play hard. He brings it every single night. So I just try to feed off his energy. I think we all do. And there's a lot of stuff that, he does and Shump does and guys throughout our entire team that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet. But every single night they're making the difference. So, I thought after last game he wanted to come in and play well tonight, be a difference for us, and we felt that he was.
Bill Livingston, Cleveland Plain Dealer. LeBron, you said, I believe, that you didn't care about any stand they possessed. Said, could you address the environment tonight, and how long has it been since that kind of stuff got you out of your game, if ever?
Well, it was a great environment. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love our fans to death back home, but I've always loved playing on the road in the postseason. Just going against the adversity. Ups and downs of a playoff game, and just being part of the atmosphere. These fans have seen great basketball over the course of their franchise history. So, just to be a part of that is, is very humbling, and it's a great experience.
But with your concept of basketball, how long has it been since you took that?
Taking what personally?
The booing, the crying.
Well, for me, understanding what the main thing is and what the main focus is, really outrules everything else. For myself, going out and making plays for my teammates and helping them get to the next possession, understanding that, knowing, that I've been blessed to play, the best sport in the world. So, I really don't harp on, the small things in the general scheme of things.
Jeff Zilgett, USA Today. Kyrie, why does the three ball feel so good for you right now? What's working with it, and how much maybe did your shooting percentage from three-point range during the regular season, bother you, and how much had you been focused on that?
It didn't really bother me at all, honestly. It's crazy thinking about the games and when I first started back playing and coming off my injury, how many guys were going under my pick and rolls. And it was more or less a disrespect thing for me. But I wasn't shooting it particularly well. The percentage didn't say that I was shooting it well, but it really didn't. I really didn't care. It was gonna come. I shot 32%, and now we're in a season that really matters. So that's on my main focus, is that I'm not gonna ever stop shooting or being who I am. These guys want me to shoot, especially if they're going under my pick and rolls. I think it's a disrespect not only to me but to our team. But they have to live with something, I guess. And it's just continuing to prepare, and trust my shot. And regular season didn't really matter. This is the season that matters, and I just want to continue to feed off these guys. And when they pass me the ball, be ready to shoot.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. LeBron, back to the Drummond play just for a second. When those things would happen last year, you would talk about not being a basketball play. Would you consider the elbow to your head, was it an accident, or would it fall into that category? And then the other thing would be, you're now in a closeout game. You're 25-9, I think, in your career in those. And is there something different, something tougher about the closeout game, something that requires more focus or anything like that?
Well, I think our team, our front office, and the people that handles that will cover the drum and play. For me, my focus is now on Sunday. When I get back to the hotel, start my treatment session. That is one of the focuses. But focus on Sunday and how I can prepare these guys to get ready to go out there and close these guys out. It's a team that's not going to quit. A Stan Van Gundy team never quits, and they got some guys with high character and they're determined to, try to get a win on their home floor. So now that's my focus right now. How we can be better. There were points in this game where we played great basketball. There was points in this game where we could have played better. And if we can put together a 48-minute game for once in this series, then we can give ourselves a heck of a chance to close it out on Sunday. So we look forward to that. And like I said, our front office and the guys there that they handle that. I'm up here. I'm talking. I'm breathing. I feel great, and I'll be in a uniform on Sunday. So that's what I can control. Appreciate it.